Last time on Distant Shores, we crossed from Florida down to Grand Bahama, then hopped on to the Berry Islands. This time we're continuing to Nassau, and then on across the Yellow Banks to the Exumas.
Welcome back to the Exumas. Isn't this great to be back in this wonderful turquoise water? It's just such a great treat. When you leave Nassau though, the one thing you've got to do is cross those yellow banks. Be very careful when you do that and keep an eye out for coral heads. Let's take a look. We were first here 30 years ago. We came to the Bahamas, and this is our first remote key. We came down to the Berry Islands and exploring Devil's and Hoffman Key. Here we are on Hoffman's looking for a path, and there's a blue hole in here. We remember it from 30 years ago. Very cool. This is one of the first real experiences we had where we found an out-of-the-way place with this beautiful water and everything just all to ourselves. I think we couldn't really believe it after growing up in the city and having all of our office jobs and everything, and we came down here and had this first magical week all to ourselves in these remote tropical Bahamas and couldn't believe it. Crazy thing is, it's pretty much just the same as it was back then, so if you want to get out and explore, have these adventures, they're still waiting for you. Come on out. Hey Cher, when were you here last time?
Oh my gosh, it has been 30 years since we came on our very first cruise to the Bahamas in 1989. Oh, and it's still as magical and breathtaking.
Here's the cave. Blue holes are formed by erosion during past ice ages when sea level was much lower than it is now. This amazingly round hole is connected to the surrounding sea by underground passages and rises and falls with the 1 meter tide here. It's just too tempting to dive in, and I want to see if I can get to the bottom. The sides are remarkably straight down with soft corals and sponges. This hole appears to be about 50 feet deep, and even down on the bottom, the water is clear enough to see up to the surface.
We're excited to show our crew this deserted side of Bahamas cruising. Bill and Lori and Dale and Kelly have all joined us on past expeditions.
It is amazing to me that erosion can create such a round hole, even though it is probably 200 feet across.
See his bubbles. When we arrived here in the Berry Islands back in 1989, we found this lovely anchorage deserted, just as it is today, and even now it appears totally unchanged. Back then, we had our 6-foot draft sailboat two-step and anchored here in the outer harbor. Now, with better charts and a shoal draft boat, we can anchor in the shallows further back where it's much more protected and there's less swell.
Nassau, on the other hand, seems to be attracting more and bigger cruise ships than ever, but sometimes you gotta do the tourist thing. We'd heard Atlantis Hotel was amazing with a super yacht marina and the centerpiece of a spectacular aquarium. With our merely 48-foot yacht, we're docked in the boonies, but the marina offers a golf cart shuttle to the main hotel.
So this marina is pretty incredible. It's got some fantastic boats in here. And it's got an amazing, whimsical looking building that apparently has a great aquarium. So check it out.
Ten years ago, we filmed an episode of our Distant Shores television show aboard this ship when we compared a sailing passage to Bermuda on our boat to a journey aboard Explorer of the Seas. Throw a comment below if you'd like to see an excerpt of that episode.
Whenever you leave Nassau and head down to the Exumas, you're going to be crossing the yellow banks. And the yellow banks are very hard to exactly plot and to give you an exact projection of a point of a course you could follow, just because there's so many of these coral heads.
Charts show a couple of recommended routes with less coral heads, but it's still essential to keep a good lookout. The small red box symbol indicates rocks, and in this case coral heads, and coral can grow up to 2 or 3 meters tall. I would not travel this route at night or when I don't have forward visibility.
The yellow banks is a little shallower than the surrounding banks around here. So we've gone into just 3.5 meters, so about 10 or 11 feet deep. But the problem is that the coral heads themselves could stick up as much as 2 or 2.5 meters off the bottom of the sand. So they could have coral comes to just a meter or so away from the surface. You got to really keep a good watch around here, but that's not a problem looking at this fantastic water. But you do want to make sure you're not going straight into the sun, that you can't see what you're doing. It's always a little stressful getting the drone up in the air. And today it's only blowing about 9 or 10 knots. Actually, the wind is probably coming up now to 12 or 13. And we'll be able to sail as soon as we get out of these banks. And you can see the coral heads when they come by like that, though. You can sort of see their sharp outline, the coral against the white sand, versus a kind of a softer corner if it's grass, and that's all you're seeing. It could be a grassy patch.
Our first stop in the Exumas is at Allen's Key, where we're the only boat in the anchorage, an idyllic spot. It's late November, and it will be busier in a few weeks in the height of the season.
This is excellent. It is very nice to be able to just take the time and really sail slow. If you've got a nice clean bottom, the feathering prop lets us move along these beautiful sails. We've only got about 6 knots of breeze, maybe 5.5 and 6, and we're making nearly 5 knots through the water, so it's just a magical day. God, what a world we live in. So we'll get in at Staniel Cay in a couple of hours on a perfect day. It really pays to have a nice clean bottom, feathering propeller, decent light air sails, and then you can really enjoy a day like this instead of motoring the whole time. We're going close hauled straight into it. The water is this amazing color and it's about 20 feet deep. So you can see everything on the bottom. What a gorgeous day out here. Wow, lovely warm breeze. It's probably nearly 80, around 80 degrees. There's 10 knots of wind. It's coming pretty much right out of the east. So sailing down the Exumas, we're just close hauled. And we got flat seas because we're so close in. And there's not a lot of boats around either, which has been great. We had the anchorages, mostly we've had them just 1 or 2 boats in there when they would normally be busier, and it's beautiful for sailing.
Next stop is one of our very favorite destinations anywhere, Staniel Cay in the Exumas. We arrive just as the Christmas season is getting started.
Wow, gorgeous time of night. It is only 5:20 here. Already the sun has gone down. We're just getting ready to go ashore. They're having a Christmas tree lighting ceremony in Staniel Cay, one of our favorite little hangouts down in the Exumas. We're really excited about that. This is a pretty anchorage right next to Thunderball Cave, so it's a short ride over in the dinghy. We'll see what's up.
We do this every year. We try to honor all the people that have passed, and we light the tree and we put our ancestors on the tree, and we do this in honor of our grandfathers, grandmothers, and other people who have passed on along, and as a memorial for their lives and their contribution to Staniel Cay. And we do it every year, and we will continue to do that as long as we're alive.
Staniel Cay is very proud of its sailing heritage, and one of the sailing captains who has passed on is remembered with a model of his sloop placed right on top of the tree.
That's for your dad, eh, Donnie?
What's for my grandmother and what's for my dad, my mom.
Nice.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright, congratulations. Happy holidays to all. Enjoy. And may the good Lord continue to bless you all, that we'll all be here next year.
Thanks for watching. Your views, likes, comments, and shares help us a lot. If you'd like more in-depth information and consultation, we invite you to check out the Distant Shores Cruising Club. Membership includes early access to videos, member-only Q&As, live chats, meetups, sailing opportunities, and many other benefits to help you prepare for your own adventure. Thanks again for your support. See you on the water.